Hi everyone, Natasha here, and around my home today I am in my office. We have kind of a gray and gloomy day outside, and they're calling for some storms this afternoon. So we'll see if they blow up a storm before we get done filming. But we've had a beautiful couple of spring days. We've been celebrating Easter with family. We had a little family vacation that was kind of an impromptu staycation. And now we're getting back into the swing of things and starting the month of April. And I need to set up my planner. I have been super busy in March and I'm just now getting settled back into some routines, and it's time to get my planner set up for the month of April. Plus, I have a couple of small orders from Jane's Agenda that I want to unbox and share with you. So stay tuned for all of that, and welcome to my office. Welcome back to my home. I'm so glad you're joining me today for another planner video. If you're like me, then April feels like a new start. I have decided that I'm going to count Q1 as my rest and recovery quarter. I did not get around to setting any New Year's plans, and I think that now I'm ready to set them here as we start Q2 in April. And it just feels like this is what Mother Nature does. We really kind of rest and recover during the winter months. And in spring, everything starts blooming, everything's active, everything's growing and going again. And that's kind of where my mindset is as well. So if you're like me, you'll have to leave me a comment. Let me know if you're just saying Q1 was a rest and recovery quarter, and now we're going to start setting some goals, making some plans, and really trying to accomplish some of those goals as we move into Q2. So as you can see, I have my planner basically still set like it was in the month of March. And before we tackle adding some things to it, this is all the stuff that came in the April deluxe subscription box from Jane's Agenda. I want to go through some of the other items I had ordered. I had the spring release order that I placed, plus I got one more thing, and I'll talk more about that in just a minute. So I'll have some timestamps linked below, so if you want to jump ahead to just certain sections, if you just want to see me resetting my planner, or you just want to see the unboxings, then just check out those timestamps below. First up, we have a little collection of items that I got from the spring release that launched second week of March, I think it was. And these are some items that I got a couple of different places that I want to use these. So the first item is their quick glance calendar, and this is for 2024. So of course, first quarter is already done with, but I was looking to have another set for Q2, just to have another place to do some planning, and it was on sale, so I thought, well, that's a good time to grab it. Plus it has that 2024 task list at the back, and there's even the 25 planning calendar at the very back. So this will just be something that it'll go. I have a couple of ideas of where this will go. I'm kind of waiting to get some things set up for April, and then I'll decide where that's going next from there. This was just the card that came with my order and the thank you card. So we'll set that aside. Then I grabbed these gorgeous monthly planning pages. So these are I think these are called antique floral or floral monthly vellums. So each one is a vellum, and it's going to be that beautiful design all the way through. I think they start repeating at some point. There's April and May and June. Maybe they don't repeat. Oh, there we go. So the first 6 months, and then it repeats. So there's July. Yeah, there's August, September. So I think these are gorgeous. I just couldn't pass them up, and I wanted to have them in my stash. So these could potentially go in a couple of different places, and I haven't quite decided where yet, but I just knew I had to have them. So these are still available in the shop now. There's November and December. And I am excited to have these because I don't have a lot of full sets of anything. Because I get the deluxe subscription box, I kind of have just individual items here and there, which is fine, but every once in a while it's nice just to have a matching set if you're setting up a planner for a new year. Next, I have this collection of, I think these are the antique French floral designs or prints, the roses. So there's, I think, just those 3. Yeah. So they're double-sided. Oh, here we go. Cardstock. This is the size number 7, which is classic size. Number 16, vintage roses. So that's that collection. And those are just gorgeous. So again, they'll just be something nice to have in my stash, because every once in a while you just go to set up something and it's nice to have some pretty dividers and elements to use in your planner. Then I grabbed this cardstock divider. This was one that I think came out in a deluxe subscription box before I joined. So it might be like 2 years ago now, but I just thought it was gorgeous. It has the peonies and then the little bit of French script at the very back. Or maybe this was one they designed new. I can't remember. This might be the one that she had designed it for maybe the April box, and then they went a different direction and she didn't use it. Either way, it's gorgeous and I love it. So I'm glad to have that in my stash too. Then I had to grab some graph note paper. So I have an interior design degree and my designer heart just couldn't pass up these graph note pages. So this is new in the shop and you can pick these up in all the different sizes. I like that they have a little title bar at the top. So I'm definitely going to be adding some of these graph note pages to my note section of my planner. And finally, I picked up one of these booklet or tablet style this week planners. It's called a weekly desk pad. And I already had the one, which we got in one of the deluxe subscription boxes, and I've been using it and liking it. I used it for a little while and then I was kind of done with it for the time being, so I passed it on to my dad, and he's been enjoying it because he's retired and he's like, I don't really need like a full-blown planner, but this gives him a way just to keep track of the few appointments he might have within a week, and then also any tasks that he just wants to remember that he's trying to work on. So it's just our nice paper from Jane's Agenda, and all the pages are the same, and you can just tear off one when it's done. And this was also on sale, so I just had to grab another one because it makes a great gift. It's a good one just to have on hand to use. Or if my dad gets through the one tablet he has, then this would be a fun little gift to throw in like for Father's Day or something if he needs another tablet as we get through the second half of the year. Okay, then the other little unboxing I wanted to do here was this little envelope, which just arrived today, and I'm so excited. So Jane, for the last 3 months, has been doing, since the beginning of the year, she's been doing a weekly Masterplan Monday. And it's been just like a little educational live video on YouTube. And I've really enjoyed those. And now she's launching Masterplan 365. So it is going to be starting in April. We had the first one on Monday, April 1st. I have yet to watch the replay because that's on my list today to do. And so I grabbed the Masterplan 365 inserts. So the videos themselves will just be live videos every Monday on YouTube. Those are free. You don't have to get the inserts. They're just kind of a coordinating thing that she ended up developing. You can just take notes and you don't have to buy anything. So that's what I love too, is it's really a free course that you can take. But of course I was like, well, if I'm going to be taking notes, I might as well get the inserts. So I got, which I'm kind of bummed that it looks like my scissors kind of damaged that cover page, but luckily it's just the cover page. So I got these scissors because I really like the ones that came in the subscription box a few months back, and they were on clearance, and I thought I want another pair because the pair I got I'm keeping with my Jordan Essentials vendor supplies, because this is a nice little size to tuck into my little like supply pouch that I take on vendor events, and they're nice and sharp, but they're not like too heavy duty. But I decided I wanted a pair that I can just keep up here at my desk too. So that's what that's for. But then meanwhile, I also picked up the inserts. So this is going to be month number 1. And that's the other thing that's kind of cool, is you can start this whenever. So she's got the cover page. Boy, that scissors really did a number on some of these. But anyway, I'm going to go through, watch the video, and then she has all these coordinating pages and assignments for the whole month, reading assignments and all that. So I'm really excited about the Masterplan 365 course. It was just the kind of thing that I needed right now. As I mentioned, I feel like I'm starting the new year now in April. The first quarter was just a time to rest and recover. Plus, it was busy, going a lot of different directions, family health stuff. Everybody's fine, but it just was a lot of doctor's appointments and a lot of work stuff happening. I'm also, I work for a tax accountant, so we're just really busy with that anyway. Plus I had like extra stuff on top of the normal busy. So I feel like I am ready to start the new year here in April and really turn over a new leaf and like just begin again. So I'm looking at the first quarter as my recovery quarter. Now I want to do things like dive into how I can be more productive, more efficient, find some better balance between work and family life and home life, because I felt like I really got a little too heavy on the work side of things this month. And so I'm ready for this. So I'm excited. I'll link that below if you want to check out the Masterplan 365 video. You can find that video series, like I mentioned, that'll be for free. So along with this, I decided I need to set up a new planner. So that's working well since I had gotten some of those other like dashboards and inserts and everything. So I think what I'm going to do is in a minute, I'll pull out my planner. Let's do that actually. It's all over my office here. So I gotta figure out what direction I'm going. So here is my planner. So I'm ready to take off this cover that was from March. So let's do that. And I am ready for those pretty florals from the April deluxe subscription box, even though this is floral too. It's just a different look. So this is my set of discs that I keep all of my covers on. And that way I can easily keep track of them and just flip through and find anything that I would need, like this one here. And so what I do is once I have the hair back together, then I just put the elastic ribbon on, and that way it's easy to flip through. So I don't want December. So let's find one that would be good for this little, that might be a good one. Wherever life plants you, bloom with grace. Be bold enough to dream and brave enough to try. I like both of those. This was the kind of like poppies. That's a pretty floral as well. Quiet the mind and the soul will speak. Also good. I like these florals. The best is yet to come. That was the January one. All right, I think I will go with this one here. So we're gonna pull that out and set this collection aside. Oops, I'm hung up here. Okay. So that is going to be another little side project here in a minute, but first let's go ahead and add on, I like this cover combination. I think that looks really pretty in that with the gold discs, and then in this brown cover, which is from Live Love Posh, because I really like having, I like the wraparound covers from Jane's Agenda, but I like to be able to fold the back cover completely around and make my planner a little bit smaller on my desk. So there we go. Okay, so that is beautiful. I like how you can see the gold tabs kind of peeking through. I think that looks really pretty there. Then I wanted to decide if I need this bookmark. So I have my top tab system, which I laid out in a video at the beginning of the year where I talked about my new planning system. And I think, well, I also need to take out March. So let's get to that in a second. But I wanted to see if I needed this here. So I'm using a page finder like this on the bottom for one of my work projects. That's kind of the tab that I use for the most current meeting notes. And then I have the one from last month here, and I like that little bit of decoration here on my affirmations tab. I don't really think I want to switch it out for this one right now, so I may not use that. I might actually put it in this new planner I'm going to put together. And then let's go ahead and take a peek at March. So I do need to wrap up some of my March pages still. And I am gonna just start pulling things out. So this is the March side tab, which this was a set that came out in the spring release as well. And that's how my month has come along as we've gotten to the end of the month. And then I still need to update quite a few things, but that's okay. We're just gonna start pulling March out, and I can get April pages and tuck those in here in a minute. I actually think I need to go gather my April pages from where I keep all my extra inserts. And those, look at that, nothing, didn't use a thing because we were on vacation, which is fine by me. So, all right, now I have my April there. I do kind of want to have a pretty little cover cardstock there. So I'm gonna tuck in this sweet little swing and vellum combo. So this is from the April box. So I feel like that just sort of introduces the month in a really decorative way. And I like how that looks too on the back. And I think the only other thing I wanted to do to kind of get my planner set up for the month of April was to tuck this in here, because I just like having that little bit of color pop there. And then I'm going to use some of this little sticky tack museum putty, I think it's called. Take that out. I think I'm going to leave that affirmation. And then I'm trying to decide which of these. I don't love this purple on the brown, so I think I'm going to maybe use that in the other planner. And let's tuck that little kind of robin's egg blue. I don't know, it's a little paler than that, but I'm going to use the same thing, just some of that little sticky tack on the corners, and that way it'll hold it in the pocket up a little bit higher, and it keeps it from moving around, and that way I can read that. And the only other thing I kind of want to do was to maybe add some of these post-it notes. Do I have a dashboard? I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's switch my... Okay, so I'm going to set these two tabs in here, and I'll have to go get my daily planning pages, but I wanted to put just a couple of these post-it notes on here. So that way, if I need them, they'll just be right there on my daily page. And that's also pretty to have that there. So, and I might even do one that is over here, and this could be my errand list. That's something I've struggled with, is how to have my errand list ongoing that moves with me week to week. Maybe a post-it note is the answer. Let's give that a try. And that way it could be something that I can pull out and take with me into the store, but I can also just move it around to the next week if I end up not going. We'll just see how that works. Okay, so I think that basically is my planner setup for the month of April, and that gives you just a little insight into how I do that process. Of course, the next phase, this is just all the decorative stuff and kind of updating the look and feel of my planner. The next phase is going to be updating inserts, transferring all of my appointments over, all of that. So that will be something I do off camera, but that gives you an idea of how my planner looks this month. And it closes for now. We got to get those April pages in there, but I think there's still room for that. Now let's work on building this little side planner. So this is going to be for my Masterplan 365 project. And this is a little stash of extra rings that I have, or discs that I have, I should say, and I have more, but I kind of went through and decided I think I'm just going to keep it simple with these black discs. So I think what's easiest is to get the cover pages or cover itself on there first, because you can kind of manipulate the discs and the cover together a little bit. Hopefully you can see that. And these are just, I think, a 3/4 inch tulle black disc set that I had. I don't know if you can still get those anymore. I got those at Office Max or Office Depot years ago when I first kind of dabbled in disc-bound planning. So one thought I had was I could use the back side of the cardstock that came in April, and then it would kind of coordinate, which I think that looks pretty. I'm not against that option, but I also wanted to see what this looks like because it has a little bit of that black in there as well, and I think I like that better. I like that you can see the vase or vase, however you say it, and I like that there's some darker tones that kind of coordinate with those black discs. Okay, and who knows, I may end up outgrowing these discs and I'll have to go to a bigger disc at some point, but for right now this is really just a little small collection of inserts, and it won't grow very fast since it'll just be a few each month that I'm adding. So I felt like starting with the small discs is what makes the most sense. So we'll tuck in my first month there. And we'll use this little bookmark because I think this is pretty, and that way it kind of gives me a way to keep track of how I'm doing with the tasks and activities. I think I'm just going to leave it like that. That's nice and simple, but that way I have a separate work planner or project planner just for the Masterplan 365. And I'm excited to get started with that. So there we are. I hope that was fun for you to get to see not only some of the different items I picked up in the last couple of weeks, but also how I'm setting up my planner and this new little project planner for the Masterplan 365. If you're joining along, I'd love to hear about it. Just leave me a comment and let me know. I think this is a great time of year to just reset and refresh in whatever way that works for you. I hope you're enjoying the spring and had a good Easter if you celebrate. And other than that, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button down below, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.